Hi everybody, welcome to my channel. Today we're going to talk about 5 positive feelings to encourage in your child. I'm Rita and today it's all about you. To raise a competent child, we parents have to stop controlling and start to coaching our kids. Our kids need a structure, need rules, but at the same time they need a certain amount of freedom to do things by themselves and to try things on their own. We don't need some goals of perfection. We don't want and we don't need that. We really want perfection. Perfection doesn't really exist. What we really need to give our children is improvement space. So it's natural that they want to try things, and it's natural that they sometimes failed, and it's natural that we as parents encourage them to try again and keep trying until they are satisfied and we are satisfied with the results. This self-encouragement is really teachable since very little, since the early years. And all of this is very important for children has the notion of self-conscious and has start to know themselves and their values and their abilities. We as a parent, we usually are the role models of our children. To build confidence in our children is very important that we feel confident, and at least we transmit this confidence to our children in our behaviors, in our experiences, in our teaching moments. And you can easily help your kid build this confidence. Always appreciate their effort, totally independent of the results, but it's natural and it's necessary that we enforce the effort that was taken to do certain tasks. Encourage, challenge and experiment new tasks, problem solve, curiosity, behave and act according their age. So it's important that we parents don't force our kids to be older, because they need to live their own age and their own things in an appropriate time. And it's important for us to teach them that mistakes are not fails and should not be seen as frustration, but as a part of the learning process. The key to raise a well-rounded kid is having a really good support system at home. With this, your child can develop with positive reinforcement of achievement and being ambitious. And this is very important that starts even before school years. It's also important that we as parents just encourage to explore new skills and never forget to praise all these efforts. Understand your child's timing in the learning process and use that positive parenting. Give your child a sense of structure, a sense of balance in the family environment. To raise an honest child, again, you have to be a role model. Not to try or not to give your child a chance to understand if you are lying, or even encourage the child to lie, even if it's what we call a white lie. This is very important, particularly before school years. And this is the base for us to give our kid the sense of not feeling guilt and teach him honesty and compromise. Encouraging your child to always tell the truth in a way of spreading happiness. Encouraging at the same time your children to follow the rules, being thoughtful and empathetic with others, which is actually very important for the child to understand the sense of discipline, life value and honesty. You as a parent being positive and polite to your child will give you the feedback in the same proportions. Do it since the very early ages, as well as validate their own choices. And this is very important, that you give some space for your kid, even if it's very young, like 2 or 3 years old, have them. So it's important that you give space for your kid to have some choices. Give your kid some voice as a family member, but don't allow him to make the rules, or don't allow him to dictate the ways of doing things in your family. So you are the one that are responsible for that, and you can just listen to him and eventually validate him, but not really live through all of his opinions. It's important that you encourage your child since very early to solve their own problems and managing their own conflicts. I'm thinking about, for instance, some fights or disagreements between siblings, and it's important that you let them solve the problem and not to really go rescue the little one or rescue the oldest one. Just try to give them a little bit of space and try to give them a little bit of time in a way that they can solve the disagreement or the problem that they eventually have. Don't allow violence, don't allow behaves that you don't really agree, but give them that space. They need it to not just to learn about respect, but eventually to really learn the self-defense, and at the same time learn to be empathic with themselves and with others. It's important in this process that you respect your child in order for you to feel that your child respects you. So tell the truth, so encourage to say the things that they are feeling, or at least try to encourage the feelings that they are feeling. Try to encourage to understand that other people have feelings too that sometimes are different, and make him understand that being respectful, being empathic, being polite with, first of all, himself and then the others is the best way to live a happy life. And so that's all for today, guys. Today's video was a little bit shorter than usual, but I'm sure that you will leave a thumbs up, you will comment if you want, and you will share with a friend. So I'll see you next time for another video. Bye!